From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. He's got the tight end Ferkser right side complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra, next man up, since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. The Falcons at 9-1 on the year, and they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row. And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity. And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense. On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. 48 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance. And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Rolling to his right, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal, and that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal. And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 23 carries, 63 yards. There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week. From the 30 on 2nd down, Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and it will be Falcon football. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead.
Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try to keep your quarterback upright.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball.
He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. N'Keal Harry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Take it in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. On second down, right back to Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando, and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Ready? They go play action here on first down.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
That's brought in downfield by London. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have regained the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We start up at M&T Bank Stadium. Carolina paying the rare visit to take on Baltimore. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the 2nd quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Taylor Heineke throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. Tutu Atwell, a touchdown reception. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Steps away to his left. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Got his man. That's Harry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Offside, Ethan.
So offside's the call, and they understandably declined it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Rashad Fitton, the one to bring him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. He's going to air one out. And this is taken in at the 5. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Montgomery is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Back to throw. That's taken in by Ferkser. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
He'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
109 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On second down, right back to Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown Atlanta. Kareem Hunt, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
On first down, it's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. Second and 10. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. Room here to run. Inside the 20. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Ready?
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. On second down, right back to Hunt. And some room to roam now. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Dante Hightower on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
2nd and 1. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fields it right around the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he gets this all the way down to the 20. What a return. Almost broke it for 6.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Fields now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Now it's Fields. Touchdown Bears! Cole Kmet from 3 yards out. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Fields throw complete here to Komet. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. All eyes on Fields. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Here we go, set.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Come on, set. Get.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Hunt will try going up the middle. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from this head coach.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Falcons, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.